What do 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Terminator, The Matrix, and The Avengers all have in common? They all warn us about the same thing: technology, more specifically AI, taking over and potentially destroying all humankind. That narrative is clear. AI is coming for us. But AI isn't just science fiction anymore. It's real. It's in our pockets, our homes, our work. And while it may not be plotting world domination yet, the way we choose it, use it, and build it will determine whether it works for us or against us. I'll never forget the first time I saw AI fail in a big way. And it wasn't a technical glitch. It was due to bad decision making. A Fortune 100 company created an AI hiring tool that was systematically rejecting qualified employees for jobs. The AI biased historical data, and no one caught the problem before it launched. So they scrapped the project, they lost money, and they dominated a negative news cycle for days. Now, many of us are feeling pressured to use AI, and we don't have a clear way of understanding which AI is going to move us forward and those solutions that are going to set us back. Why is it so hard? Well, AI is new, it's changing very fast, and there's so much hype. It makes deciding feel overwhelming. And there are some companies that are doing all right, but many are struggling. Think about the real estate company that lost $300 million because their AI wasn't updated when the market prices dropped, and they made bad pricing recommendations. They had to cut 25% of their workforce. But let's face it, AI is a big part of our future, and we need a way to make smart decisions about it. I've been researching how people learn for the last 20 years, and what we've come to understand about learning is that we can actually predict if and how someone will use AI, which is very helpful if you're choosing AI or if you're helping your organization select AI. So today I'm sharing the S.A.F.E framework that we used while we were building our own AI role-play avatars that help people improve bad sales conversations, which is a very big and expensive problem for companies. The framework helped us to make informed AI decisions, and I believe that it helped us to capture 70% of our market in just 1 year. S.A.F.E stands for Solve, Assess, Focus, and Ensure. It helps us to think about artificial intelligence in terms of additive intelligence. So let's get started. S is solve problems that matter. And I think we've been starting out by asking the wrong questions. Instead of asking, which problem should I solve, we're asking, which AI should I use? Now, AI is not the solution to every problem. And when we slap AI onto an existing system that isn't working, then we're amplifying our shortcomings. And if we're starting with the tool first instead of the problem, then we end up with technology that nobody uses. We end up with solutions that are in search of a problem. You know, it's funny, I saw an AI that orders pizza for you. I thought, wow, that's fun. But is this really a problem that needs solving? With online ordering and saved preferences, it didn't feel like a big problem to me. So we need to make sure the problem is big if we want to allocate our time and our resources to it. Think about AI winning when it solves big problems like increasing efficiency or improving morale or reducing burnout. Think about tools that can help us to clear our inbox, or it can help summarize and provide us insights around large quantities of data and do it accurately. Or maybe that AI that can help us to write that letter or that email that would have taken us hours and a lot of emotional heartache to do it. What we know from our meta-analysis published in the Journal of Business Research is that employees who feel supported are more satisfied, they're more committed, they're higher performers, and they're also less likely to leave. An AI that can help train and coach and help employees feel supported when managers are too busy to do it, well, that's a problem we're solving. And I believe that AI is going to transform how we learn, educate, train, coach, and manage, both in schools and in organizations. So here are some questions that you can ask when you're using the S of the S.A.F.E framework to make informed AI decisions. First, what specific problem are we trying to solve? And if we don't know, this is a really good place to start. 2, how critical is solving this problem? Where does this really stack up with our other priorities? And 3, is AI the best solution to the problem? Because AI is not always the answer. Next up in the S.A.F.E framework is A, assess alignment. We should ask ourselves, can we make this work? Do we have the data, the resources, the framework that aligns with our own methodology? We host a sales competition. It's a very big event at the university where I work. And as you can see from the photo, it is very exciting, but it's also expensive. And we spend a lot of time trying to raise money in order to keep it going. So you can imagine we were excited when a salesperson at a popular tech company reached out to us with an AI tool that was going to help us predict which companies would sponsor our event, and it would save us time. Well, it sounded great, but it would have taken us 10 years to collect enough data for the AI to make accurate predictions, and on top of that, a team to enter in and code some of the data that the AI couldn't pick up. That wasn't an option for us. So make sure that you have the data and the resources. The world of AI comes with challenges and risks that we need to be aware of. On the one hand, AI can be built on intellectual property that it does not have permission to use and it doesn't pay for. Think images, text, video, tools that are out there. On the other hand, AI can tap into data that is unreliable. Think social media, blog posts, or biased company articles. It's risky to rely on data that is stolen or data that is inaccurate. It reminds me of those journalists that use generative AI to report news stories. And they did criminal background checks on people, reporting that they did have criminal backgrounds when they didn't. So the risks are there. Here are some questions that you can ask when you're looking at the A of the S.A.F.E framework to help you make those AI decisions. 1, do we have clean, sufficient data to train and support the AI? 2, do we have the infrastructure and the team in order to train, implement, and maintain it? Remember, sometimes AI needs to be retrained, like the hiring tool or the real estate tool, and it needs access to relevant and updated data to make accurate predictions. And then 3, is it built on a foundation that we can trust? Next up, we have F, focus on functionality. AI should work. It should do what we want it to do, but sometimes it doesn't. How many of us have been getting more spam, more junk mail in our emails and in our direct messages? Well, yes, me too. A lot of companies are out there tapping into AI and automation in order to cast a broader net, right? Capture more customers, have more touch points. Well, often these messages look like they've been written by bots. And so for us, it's easy to detect them and we just delete them. Or our spam filters pick them up and we never even see them. I'm sure that that is not what those companies had in mind. My students also were very excited to start using a popular sales AI tool, but it didn't integrate with our systems. And we were left manually uploading and downloading information into the system. We were taking screenshots. And worst of all, we couldn't verify who did the work. So we stopped using it. Integration makes a difference. Now, I know imaging AI has gotten better in the last year. But about a year ago, I was guest lecturing for my friend in Boston, and I used AI to generate this image. Well, I was struggling. Every time I created an image, there was a problem. There were people with 7 fingers. There were random numbers in the background. As you might be able to see here, there are misspelled words. And every woman I generated had cleavage. AI is supposed to simplify our work, but sometimes it complicates it. I tried so many times, and I never got what I wanted. Now let's think about how AI can make us look. There is a trend for some people to use AI to comment for them on social media. The challenge is some of these people are not overseeing the comments that the bots are making for them. And the intention is to get the audience to feel more supported and cared for because you're commenting on their content. But it's really having the opposite effect. As you can see here, alone a comment might sound fine, but together when many people are using them, they're commenting in the exact same way, or something that looks very similar, or comments that just don't look like a human has written them. And people like my friend John Barrows, who helped me find some of this content on LinkedIn, are frustrated because they care deeply about authenticity and the relationships that we're able to build online. So here are some questions you can ask for the F of the S.A.F.E framework: focus on functionality. 1, will this simplify or complicate our work? 2, does the AI align with the needs of our users? Because if it doesn't, they won't use it. 3, can it integrate with our existing systems? Integration is wonderful, but if the problem is big enough and the tool is good enough, then it might be worth the extra work if it doesn't integrate. 4, will it be used, and what impact will it have? Because if it's gathering dust, it's not solving any problems. And then finally, what problems have others encountered? Learn from their mistakes. Has it created more problems than it solved, like the bots? Now finally, E, ensure data safety. Protect data like it's gold, because it is. AI trains its models on data. Now imagine an employee uploads sensitive, proprietary information to an unsecure or open network. That data is no longer private. And nobody wants to wake up in the morning discovering that that stolen information is ours. It reminds me of that AI facial recognition tool that was facing lawsuits because it was using billions of images without consent. The risks are real, and when AI puts our data or our reputation at risk, it's not worth it. So here are some questions that you can ask for the E of the SAFE framework. 1, how is our data protected? How is it used? Is it training others' models? How do we know that it's being protected? 2, what safeguards prevent our data from being exposed? Are there limits on access to our data? How do we know that our competitors are not getting access to it? And do we trust that platform and the people who are running it? 3, is the platform compliant with privacy laws? And 4, what is the worst case scenario if our data is compromised? What happens if our competitors or an unauthorized user get access to it? These questions should help us to be empowered to make informed and smart, safe AI decisions. And AI is so much more than just the tech. It's about solving problems, impacting lives, jobs, and futures. AI isn't the enemy. Bad decisions are. And the decisions we make now will shape our future. So remember, solve problems that matter, assess alignment, focus on functionality, and ensure data safety. The right AI isn't artificial. It's additive. It empowers our people, protects our resources, and helps us win. Thank you.